and see what emotion a car can conjure. I mean, this thing's amazing. In particular is heaven or hell. You choose. It's either.
Hi, my name's Jason Woods and welcome Chasing the Apex. So I'm out here with the C63 AMG and I gotta tell you guys, this is heaven or hell, you choose. I can't help but be impressed here. I hope you guys are too. I don't know where to go. It's just, wow.
Hi, my name's Jason Woods and welcome to Chasing the Apex. I'm in a C63 AMG. So my initial impressions, right, is it is leather and carbon fiber throughout. And I gotta tell you guys, I think this car in particular is heaven or hell. You choose. It's either a demonic creature leashed upon the road or something you can take your lady to dinner in. But it's gonna be your choice, folks. You do what you're gonna do in this one because it's all your choice. Now, I'll be honest, right? The controls are a little off to me, right? The shifter is on the stock. The seating controls are on the door, which I just think is obscure. Now, when I first got in this car, I thought, what in God's name? Because I couldn't figure out how to adjust the seat or put it in drive. But that has a lot to do with just me being a moron, you know, and I'm willing to overlook all of that because of the way it drives. I mean, truly, it is like 459 horsepower, 479 foot-pounds of torque. We're talking about supercar power here. I mean, I want this car on a. If there was a miles to gallon meter, maybe I should create one. You know, this would roll in an 8. I mean, the interior is beautiful. The steering wheel is thick and it fits properly. It's just designed to drive. And that's what we're gonna do, because that's what we do on Chasing the Apex. We go find twisty bit of road and see what emotion a car can conjure. So let's get right to it, right? I'm gonna go ahead and throw her in drive and we're gonna roll out. The seats are super comfortable, by the way. Now, ooh, that's a lot of light. So I came out here early in the morning in all this fog because I wanted to play. Thanks to YC Auto Group for letting me hold it overnight, because that's a big deal. Now I can play on some proper roads on a Sunday morning, you know, and they're a little wet. So I have it in sport. I tested this last night and I like it in sport. I like the runoff, you know what I mean? I like the sound of it all. I like, you know, it just seems to be a perfect balance. You know, and I like cars that can kill me. I just do. And I like cars where that's a choice. And in this car, it's a choice. You can go cruise peacefully for hundreds of miles, or you can just go wreck twisty bit of road. And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go wreck some twisty bit of road. The first thing we're gonna talk about are these paddle shifters, which are like super car fast. I mean, I love them. I love that you can dash through the gears as quick as they come, you know, and I just adore that. You know, on a scale of super saloon shifting, this is very, very high. I'm gonna give it like a 7 or 8 because I really, really like it. And I love the sound. I love the exhaust runoff. And as I push into these corners, I love how it just attacks it. I mean, this thing's amazing. You know, it's just superb. She just growls at me and I love every bit of it. There is nothing about the driving experience here that I'm not in love with. I love it. It doesn't remove the skill it takes to drive at speed. You can turn the nannies substantially off and just run hard. And I love that. I just adore it. I don't know where to go with this, except that it doesn't matter where I throw it in. You know, if I want the challenge, it's there. If I don't want the challenge, it's gonna get me going faster than is frankly reasonable. These are tight and narrow roads. There's a lot of elevation changes, and there's no traffic, right? It's like the petrol god smiled upon me this morning and said, go get it, go have fun, go wreck some shop, no police, no cars, no traffic, just go have a blast. And that's what I'm doing. I'm just having a really, really, really good time. You know, and I want to talk about it. I want to talk about the aesthetics of it, because everybody that's seen this car has just frankly been, you know, they've been super complimentary. You know, it's just a super attractive saloon. It's a coupe, and it's just beautiful, you know, but I don't care, right? I care about this next transition. I care about this next piece of road. I care about the engagement it's giving me. And I adore every bit of it. And I adore that, frankly, it can do a little bit of anything. You know what I mean? And it does it all superbly. And I mean, I'm going to throw this in late here just because this big twin turbo V8 just deserves it. And yeah, not only does it hold, it requires me to focus. Now, if I was to turn it down some, I'll be honest with you, the nannies, AMG would take care of itself. But this is art, man. I really, really like what AMG did here. And I mean it, you know, this is phenomenal. What a phenomenal piece of engineering to pack, you know, a twin turbo V8 in something that can wreck canyons. You know, it's something the Americans really haven't figured out yet. But here we go. You know, the Germans are like, sit down, silly American. Let us show you how it's done. So, final thoughts, right? I mean, as I run through my mind on this, you know, it's everything I think that I would be looking for in a saloon, right? In a super saloon. It's got plenty of power. It's got 5 driving modes, right? It's got comfort, you know, sport, sport plus, and race. And every one of them work. I'm really, really blown away by the fact that these things work. You know, it's got freeway comfort. It's got driving comfort. I mean, you know, in the wet she holds. You know, this paddle shifters are just so dynamic, and they work so well. You know, I will admit though, the controls are a little funky. I'm having some issues with the controls, you know, because it takes me a minute to figure it out. But I mean, really, if you're gonna look at the driving experience, this is what you want, right? You want something that engages you completely. You want something that, you know, can frankly do it all, you know, and that's what's going on here. That's, you know, that's the magic that AMG is creating. And, you know, it's hard for me to say something like, oh, you know, it's not good enough, or to find fault when the driving experience is good, because that's what I'm engaged in. That's mostly why you guys watch, right? You guys watch to talk about the emotion that driving conjures. And here we are. The emotional level here is very, very high. You know, so I'm going to go ahead and commute this back. I'm going to drop this car off, much to my dismay. I don't want to, but man, what an experience.
So thanks for watching Chasing the Apex. Thanks to our friends at YC Auto Group who give us all these cool cars. And thanks to you guys for watching. And we'll see you next week.